Hi, everyone on YouTube and all the NFL YouTube prognosticators and football fans everywhere. This is Andrew Warren, back here once again, giving you my thoughts about Week 6 and my picks for Week 7 for the 2023 NFL season. Check it out. Okay, straight up this week, I went 10-4 straight up overall. Now I'm 55-37 overall in the year. That is a pretty good solid week for bye weeks to start off. That's pretty good. If they can keep double digits at it, I think we'll be in it. Have a run for our money this year in straight ups. And against the spread, I went 10-4 as well. That's definitely pretty good. That's definitely improving. I went 10-4 down as well. I'm 46-42-1 overall the year. That's pretty solid. But unfortunately, over and under, went the donut, 0-3-1. So, well, what can you do? If you're doing over and unders, I apologize for that. Anyways, thoughts about week 6. The Kansas City Chiefs and Denver Broncos. It was a very, very tough one, to say the least. I would have imagined they would have got a lot more high scoring game than that, but they didn't. But Kansas City hold on to barely get the 10-point differential, which they did. So that was pretty solid on that. Baltimore and Tennessee, I would say that Tennessee's in trouble, to say the least. Kind of a similar problem with my Patriots right now, so to say the least. Anyways, Chicago and Minnesota. Well, it wasn't prime time. That's all I can tell you. Cincinnati and Seattle. Geno Smith was probably one of the most had the most disappointing games so far this year, to say the least. But overall, he's decent, not average, but so what? But he performed really bad yesterday, the other game on Sunday, so that was pretty bad. I will get to San Francisco and Cleveland in a bit. Miami and Carolina. Miami and Carolina, it just goes to show you that Miami has a powerful offense, but giving up an average of 20 points on defense last few games, and that's not a really good solid start, to say the least, on that one. Especially, they need to work on their defense. It's kind of like how Detroit was last year, to say the least. Anyways, continuing on, Jacksonville and Indianapolis. Jacksonville, it looks like they have probably one of the best defenses in football right now, and it goes to show you what they did. The Las Vegas Raiders and my Patriots. The only comment I have to make, they should have started Malik Cunningham after that pick 6 at halftime, before the first half, after the first half. I don't know. I'm not saying he had one play, and that was it. At this point, for my Patriots, they should have started Malik Cunningham, just see what he can do. I mean, there's no point in differential right now. I will say this. I like Bill Belichick, but he needs to be gone as a GM. Coaching, give him one more year without the GM spot, see what he can do. But get Bill Belichick without the GM job and see what can happen. That's all I can tell you. The Los Angeles Rams and the Arizona Cardinals, that game could have been a lot worse than I thought, but the Rams needed an important win and they got it. So that's what they needed. Detroit and Tampa Bay, it just goes to show you that Detroit could be in the high standard to being the top teams in the NFC right now. Which I'll get to the Eagles and Jets in a bit. I'm going to connect with the San Francisco 49ers and the Cleveland Browns. The Buffalo, the New York Giants. Buffalo did Buffalo things on defense. That's all they did. And Dallas and the LA Chargers. Another typical LA Chargers choke, to say the least. It just goes to show you that the Chargers don't have no defense. They're probably one of the worst defenses in football. And for the San Francisco 49ers and the Cleveland Brown games and the Philadelphia Eagles and New York Jets, if you would have told me on the upset that Cleveland and the New York Jets would both win over San Francisco and Philadelphia, respectively, both have tremendous upsets, I would have thought you were crazy. I would understand about Cleveland, because Cleveland's a really powerful defense. Not like a powerful defense, so I can understand that one. But to say the least, if you would have told me that the Jets would have beaten Philadelphia, I would have thought you were crazy. I really did, but hey, both Cleveland and the Jets won. What can you do? But I failed to mention about Houston and hold on. No, excuse me. About Houston and New Orleans. I did mention that CJ Stroud did get an interception. He did, but however, he did pretty well. Went nearly over 200 yards. He actually went 199 exact from yardage, and he got 2 touchdowns, which is pretty good for really good what he's doing right now. CJ Stroud could be the rookie of the year, and I could be wrong on what I would give was rookie of the year. So, hey, what could you say on this? But until then, well, not till then. Well, that's my thoughts about week 6. Let's get on to my week 7 picks. Okay, if you're on buys this week to start off my picks, if buys this week, the Carolina Panthers, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Dallas Cowboys, Houston Texans, New York Jets, and Tennessee Titans. So if you have let's see. See if you have anyone on the Tennessee Titans, if you have the New York Jets defense, if you have Zach Wilson, or if you have CJ Stroud from Houston, or Houston's defense, or Dallas's defense, or Dak Prescott, or if you have Joe Burrow, or if you have Joe Burrow in Cincinnati, or if you have Bryce Young on Carolina, which I don't know why you don't, but anyways, if any of these guys in the fantasy footballs this week, bench them because they won't be playing this week. So giving you a fair warning on that one right now. So anyways, let's get on to my picks. The Jacksonville Jaguars and the New Orleans Saints. Both teams are coming off a win. Pretty good on that, but as of right now, Jacksonville looks like the top team in the AFC right now. But we'll say the least on that one. They have Houston coming up, so we'll see how that one's going to turn out on that. But anyways, I think for this game, it's going to be a slight upset on this one. I'm going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars over New Orleans in New Orleans. On the line now, New Orleans is favored by 1 in this game. I'm going to take Jacksonville +1. Over and under, it's 39. I'm going to go over 39. The Las Vegas Raiders and the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, I was impressed by Cincinnati's defense was. And to say the least, despite Jimmy Garoppolo being hurt, they still played really well. And I think if they could do that with Chicago, I think they have a shot at this. But Chicago has one of the worst defenses. That's going to kill Chicago. So I'm going to take the Las Vegas Raiders over the Chicago Bears in Chicago. On the line, though, Vegas is favored by 3 in this game. I'm going to take the Las Vegas Raiders -3. The Cleveland Browns and the Indianapolis Colts. Now, going from one of the worst defenses in football in Chicago to one of the better defenses in Cleveland. So, flip that game to a switch. So, I'm not too sure about Anthony Richardson right now on Indianapolis. So, he's still questionable. He could play or not play. I don't know. But even at that, I think Cleveland still has a better shot at this one. So, I'm going to take the Cleveland Browns over the Indianapolis Colts in this game. On the line, though, Cleveland's favored by 2 in this game. I'm going to take Cleveland -2. The Buffalo Bills and my New England Patriots. I have no comment on this game whatsoever, despite being a diehard Patriots fan. I'm accepting reality. We're going back to the days of the 70s and 80s when we were dismal. Or maybe say early 60s too, to say the least. So, but to a fair point of it, I'm accepting the fate that we're not a really good football team right now, from the offense to defense to special teams. And I'm willing to accept that. But I'm still a Patriots fan through and through. No doubt about that. So, I'm sticking to my guns with my Patriots fan, and that's it. So, anyways, that being said, Buffalo's going to run on the Patriots all day at home. And it's really a till or kill on this one. So, I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills over my New England Patriots in this game. And on the line, though, the Buffalo Bills are favored by 9.5 in this game. Despite how they did on defense, I'm going to take my Patriots +9.5. The Washington Commanders and the New York Giants. The New York Giants have no answer. As for the Washington Commanders, they had an impressive win against Atlanta. So I'm gonna take Buffalo. I'm gonna take Washington over the New York Giants this week. On the line, though, Washington's favored by 2 in this game. I'm going to take Washington -2. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. Now, speaking of Atlanta, they had a tough loss last week. Now they go face a division round Tampa Bay. Even tougher now because Tampa Bay has been really impressive without Tom Brady. And despite that, I really think this is going to be Tampa Bay trying to steal the show. Like, hey, look at us. We're still here. So it's in Tampa Bay too, which is a home field advantage for Tampa Bay, especially the last since Tom Brady was there. So it's pretty good. So I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers over the Atlanta Falcons in this game. On the line, though, Tampa Bay's favored by 2.5 for this game. I'm going to take Tampa Bay minus 2.5. Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens. Now, despite how Baltimore did last week, that was against Tennessee. Tennessee, no disrespect. I know we have some Tennessee fans out there, Yeah, I know there's some Tennessee fans out there. I know there's. So one of my buddies over there at the NFL YouTube prognosticator page will disagree with me on that. I'm going to say this. Tennessee's a good team, but not strong enough team yet. So, Keith Bailey, excuse me. You might disagree with me that they're not a good team. They are an average team, to say the least. Sorry, I had to stop the video for a minute, but I had a freeze frame for I couldn't think who was the Titans fan. So sorry about that, Keith Bailey, if you're watching this. So anyways, that being said, I have to go with this for this game, even though it's in Baltimore. I'm picking a massive upset in this one. I'm taking the Detroit Lions over the Baltimore Ravens in this game. On the line, though, Baltimore's favored by 3 in this game. I'm going to take I'm going to take Detroit plus 3. The LA Rams and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh's having their own growing pains right now. So I'm going to take the LA Rams over the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game. On the line, though, the Rams are favored by 3 in this game. I'm going to take the Rams minus 3. The Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. Now, if for Geno Smith, this would be a good bounce-back game to push off. So I'm going to take the LA Rams over the Arizona Cardinals in this game. On the line, though, Seattle's favored by 8 in this game. I'm going to take Seattle minus 8. The Green Bay Packers and the Denver Broncos. Got no comment on the Denver Broncos right now, other than they're just pretty petrified like my Patriots. So I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers over the Denver Broncos in this game. On the line, though, Green Bay is favored by 1.5 in this game. I'm going to take Green Bay minus 1.5. The Kansas City Chiefs and the LA Chargers. Now, if you're talking about a game of the week, this is a game of the week right here. Now, this was one game I was debating back and forth to pick an upset or not. So anyways, that being said on that one, it's in Arrowhead. That's why it's like, okay, maybe Kansas City. So I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs over the LA Chargers in this game. On the line, though, the Kansas City Chiefs are 5.5-point favorites in this game. I'm going to take the LA Chargers plus 5.5 because you never know. And Sunday Night Football, the Miami Dolphins and the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay. I gotta admit, I was debating back and forth on this one. This is a battle between Philadelphia's great defense and a battle of Miami Dolphins' high-powered offense. One of the best offenses in football meets one of the best defenses in football. Despite how this is going to play out, this could go either way. This is pretty much even on paper on both sides of the ball. And it's so even that I might have it take the upset in this one. I'm going to take the Miami Dolphins going to Philadelphia to upset the Philadelphia Eagles in this game. On the lineup, the Eagles are favored by 2.5 in this game. I'm going to take the Miami Dolphins plus 2. Over and under, it's 51. I'm going to go over 51. The San Francisco 49ers and the Minnesota Vikings. Now, this game I was debating back and forth too, but it's a primetime game. Kirk Cousins is like 2-10 or something like that in prime time. It's going to be 2-11 after that. But despite that, how the 49ers missed the field goal last week to to Cleveland, I'm going to take the 49ers over the Minnesota Vikings in this game in Minnesota. On the line, though, this is where I'm going to get Minnesota. The 49ers are favored by 7 in this game. I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings plus 7. Over and under, it's 44. I'm going to go under 44. Okay, shoutouts this week. His name's Noodle. Check him out check out the rest of the NFL YouTube prognosticator page in the description down below. Until then, this is Andrew Warren signing off and saying, rock out.